The Quest. Once upon a time, the land of Mandam, there was a dwarf called Karaman. Karaman was the son of Retsam, the leader of the Bucktooth clan. This story starts on Karaman's 20th birthday, the age where dwarfs set off on their first adventure. When he woke up, his father had told him that there was a surprise waiting for him at the river. That was where he was going. When he arrived, he didn't see anything special. The only thing that wasn't usually there was a few tracks, presumably made by a horse. Karaman thought that a rider must have come through this area recently. He continued to look around. He found nothing. But what about the horse that had come through earlier? Suddenly, he noticed what the surprise was. He followed the tracks for half an hour until he found a saddled gray steed. There wasn't no on a saddle. To Karaman, from Retsam, it said. His father had given him a horse. He galloped back as fast as he could to thank his father. After 10 minutes, he arrived. Retsam was delighted that he had returned so quickly and told him to name the horse. I found her in a meadow, he said. I think I will name her Meadow. Karaman had been expecting a big celebration, but not this big. Representatives from all of the clans in Mandam were there. 2 representatives from each of the 100 clans attended. We came here to celebrate Karaman's birthday, said Rich Dragon. He was known for his elaborate speeches. He had been hired by Retsam. His journey, which has yet to be chosen, will most likely be long and perilous, but I'm certain that he will return successfully. And now for the gifts that I see you have brought. Everyone took turns giving Karaman their presents. He mostly got the traditional gold, but also an enchanted hammer that would never break, a charm that could make you fly, and a communication stone. A communication stone is a stone that you can use to talk with other people who also have one, no matter how far away they are. Then came the feast. Lots of food was brought out for the dwarves to eat. Even though dwarves are much smaller than humans, they eat twice as much. This is why the table was so full of food that one could hardly see the other side. Right when Karaman was about to bite into a chicken leg, a herald burst in. A dragon is attacking the Sandcastle clan! A dragon is attacking the Sandcastle clan! He shouted. The Sandcastle clan was one of the Bucktooth clan's closest allies. I will go help them, declared Karaman. It will be my quest. No, son, it is much too dangerous. No dwarf has ever taken on a dragon before. Let the elves do it, replied Retsam. I am 20 now. I can make my own decisions. All right, go if you must. I will have a ship prepared so that you can arrive on time. Take some guards, though. The next day, the ship left. It was called the Ocean Cruiser and was the fastest ship that the Bucktooth clan possessed. Many dwarfs came to see it off. On the deck, Karaman waved to the crowd. He had the hammer dangling down from his waist, and his charm and stone in a pouch in his pocket. Meadow was in a stable below deck. When they had sailed out of Bowler, the capital of the Bucktooth clan, Karaman went to visit her. Hello there, you must be Karaman, came a voice from the saddlebags. Karaman cautiously walked to the voice. Is someone in there? He exclaimed. Of course there is, came the voice. Do you think that the horse is talking? Karaman slowly opened the bag. Out popped a chipmunk. Where did you come from? How did you get in there? Karaman asked. I hopped in while you were boarding, replied the chipmunk. I hope that you don't mind if I come with you, because that is what I will be doing. And in case you are wondering, I'm the only genuine talking chipmunk in all of Mandam. My name is Chippy. I hope you don't mind if I come along, though, because that is what I will be doing. All right, as long as you don't get in my way, you can tag along. They spent the rest of the day planning what they would do if they saw the dragon. The next day, they arrived at their destination, Moat. They planned to learn the dragon's location there. After riding to the castle and waiting for Allure, the leader of the Sandcastle clan, they finally got in. We have come to help with the dragon, announced Karaman after introducing himself. We do need a lot of assistance. Your help would not go to waste, responded Rillur. The dragon is currently near the city of Turret. Just follow the river and you should arrive tomorrow morning. Karaman left right away. Because he was so exhausted from the day's events, he fell asleep right away. In the middle of the night, the communication stone vibrated. He picked it up and a voice filled his head. Hello, it said. I am the dragon you are trying to capture. Beware. Dragon, why are you burning everything you see? Please stop it, Karaman thought. I am doing this because a scorched world would be perfect for all dragons. I will not stop, and now I must leave. And with that, the voice vanished. City ho! Came a voice from above deck. Karaman jumped out of bed and ran to the front of the ship. On the horizon, he saw a tall tower. It was part of the castle. Suddenly, a red dragon flew out from behind the tower. It flew straight at the ship and started spewing fire. Without fully realizing what was going on, Karaman quickly flew up and blocked the fire with his hammer. Chippy jumped onto Karaman and from there leaped over to the dragon. It then started scratching at the dragon's eyes. At the same time, Karaman began using the communication stone by releasing high-pitched noises to distract the dragon. "Do you seriously think that will work?" thought the dragon, shook off Chippy, and dropped its stone to get rid of the noise. Out of nowhere, Karaman came flying at the dragon with his hammer first, pointed at the dragon's head. The dragon, not knowing that the hammer was indestructible, tried to crash its head into it to smash it in 2 pieces. As they crashed together, the dragon came crashing to the ground and was immediately changed up by Karaman's guards. Karaman swooped down and helped bring the dragon to the ship. After making communication stone calls to Retsam and Relur, they all boarded and set sail to Mular. "Great job," said Chippy, who had been waiting for him in his cabin. "I saw what you did from the ground and was impressed by your creativity. Not everybody would have thought of diving at the dragon head-on." "Thanks," replied Karaman. "I am very tired, though, so I will be sleeping." They arrived at the next morning. As Karaman got out of the ship, he heard a cheer. The entire population of Bolar had come to welcome him. Then came his father and congratulated him. After the dragon was brought out and placed in a cage that was specifically made for it, Karaman and Ritsam went to the castle. In the throne room, Ritsam said what he was planning to do next. "I have heard of a group of ogres attacking the Forest clan," he said. "The clan's leader, Redale, has been asking for help. Do you think you can take care of it?" "Sure. I am still packed from my journey to Turret, so I will be leaving now." And with that, he called Chippy and galloped off to the horizon.